public servant belonging to the scheduled caste community in Tindivanam was cornered continuously by DMK councillors and was made to apologize by falling at the feet of the DMK councillor Ramya. In his police complaint, the staffer alleged that Ramya Raja asked him to fetch a document, and when it took him some time to find it, she and her husband hurled casteist abuses at him. According to his complaint, he was also instructed to fall at the DMK councillor's feet and apologize, which was captured in the viral video. Now, after the video surfaced, News 9 reached out to the DMK, but there was no response whatsoever. My colleague Thoyajakshi Shekhar is live with me right now to get us more details. But Thoyajakshi, we are playing on these visuals on our screens right now. It's hard to believe that in today's day and age also, people are shamed on the basis of the caste that they belong to. Of course, a complaint has been registered, but has there been any action by the DMK against the said councillor?
Well, Samya, a video from Tamil Nadu's Viluppuram district showing a scheduled government officer falling at the feet of a DMK councillor inside the Tindivanam municipality office has triggered an outrage and a political backlash, because the officer, Muniyappa, is seen apologizing to the councillor, Ramya Raja, as voices in the room asked him to say sorry, where BJP state president, former BJP state president K. Annamalai has shared a video on social media where he's stating that, accusing the DMK of hypocrisy. The DMK has a party of social justice but practices only injustice. This is what he has been posted. Following to the incident, Muniyappa lodged a complaint with the Tindivanam police against Councillor Ramya and her husband Raja. In this police complaint, Muniyappa alleged that Ramya Raja asked him to fetch a document, and when it took time to find it, she and her husband Raja abused him, stating from which caste he belongs to. And he said that they threatened him and used names such as Parai, which has also, going viral on social media, Samya, where now Muniyappa further alleged that later in the evening, senior officers had conveyed a meeting and asked him to apologize to the councillor, according to his.
That was my colleague Thoyajakshi getting us all the details, why we shall still wait to hear from the DMK taking some internal party disciplinary action against the said councillor who hurled casteist abuse against a public servant. We will come back to you, Thoyajakshi, but thank you for getting us those details. Now, South India's political landscape is witnessing a dramatic rifts within not just parties but also families that built them. Two of the region's most prominent dynasty-led parties, PMK in Tamil Nadu and BRS in Telangana, are now facing turmoil, each driven by a conflict between a parent and their child. In Tamil Nadu, it is the father versus son in PMK, where the party founder Dr. S. Ramados has set a clear deadline for his son and party president Anbumani Ramados. He said that Anbumani has been given until 10 September to respond to 16 allegations levelled against him. He warned that legal action will be initiated if Anbumani fails to reply within the deadline. Ramados Sr. is reportedly unhappy with Anbumani's leadership style and political direction, especially his efforts to rebrand PMK beyond its traditional caste base. The situation escalated after Ramados removed Anbumani from the post of a party president, appointing him only as a working president, a title Anbumani refused to accept. In response, he held a general council meeting to reaffirm himself as the president. Charges were soon framed by the party's disciplinary committee and Anbumani was issued a notice. With no reply by the deadline, Ramadas is expected to announce final action shortly. The inner circle of the party has been consulted and the power remains firmly with the founder. My colleague Thoya Jakshi continues to be with me. Well, Thoya Jakshi, we are looking at the situation unfolding in Tamil Nadu, especially ahead of the election. What can be the outcome of this internal rift that is not just between any political party leaders, but between a father and a son?
Well, yes, Samya, this is not, this has been going on for the past, few months now, because this incident where exactly Ramadasu started acting like this, started behaving like this towards his son, in 2024 during a council meeting which happened in Puducherry. Now that the disciplinary action committee, of the PMK founded by S Ramadas, will send a second show cause notice to his son and currently party leader Anbumani Ramadasu is seeking an explanation as why action should not be taken against him for the anti-party activities which has been going on. But rather speaking, in Viluppuram, where Ramadasu has stated that the administrative committee of the party had unanimously decided to grant time till September 10th to Anbumani Ramadas to respond to the notice, where the party general secretary will send the notice for the second time. He stated, and he also added that no explanation was received so far in response to the first notice. So if no response is received to the second notice, the views of disciplinary action committee and administrative committee will escalate this and the party will act accordingly. So today there was a meeting which happened in Viluppuram, where Ramadasu has clearly stated that the meeting which happened with all the party members and the heads of all the districts in Tamil Nadu of PMK, where now they have totally decided like what action has to be taken. So it is expected that tomorrow Ramadasu will be announcing whether he is going to keep his son Anbumani Ramadasu in the party, or is he going to remove him from the party, Samya?
Thoya Jakshi, kindly stay with us. I will come back to you, but because this is not just being witnessed in Tamil Nadu alone, because meanwhile, in Telangana, BRS Supremo K. Chandrasekhar Rao has taken an even more dramatic step, suspending his daughter MLC K. Kavita from the party. After suspension, Kavita announced a resignation from the party as well as from the Telangana Legislative Council. She has launched a scathing attack accusing her cousin Harish Rao of conspiring against party founder K. Chandrasekhar Rao's family. Her suspension comes amid serious allegations against Kavita in the Delhi liquor policy case. KCR's decision, while personal, is seen as a clear political strategy where he is seen distancing the party from corruption charges and restoring its damaged image. What's even more striking is the support KCR's decision has received within the party. Senior leaders, former ministers and grassroots party workers have publicly backed the suspension, saying that the party's interests must come before the family. Now, these twin developments in the south are more than just family disputes. They reflect deeper tensions between generational visions, party control and public accountability. Whether it's about ideology, image or influence, dynastic politics is clearly under pressure. My colleague Gautam is joining me right now to get us more details. Well, Gautam, this is not the first time around that we are seeing internal party issues at whether it is at BRS or whether we've seen other political parties also. This is the first time around we are looking at a family feud playing out publicly. It's like they're washing their linen in public. How would this augur well for the BRS, and what is going to be the next game plan for K. Kavita?
Absolutely. There is a proper common thread that we can notice here, like you said, Samia, because in both the cases, the fathers are basically cutting down on their own children politically, and yet the motivations are kind of different. KCR's move to suspend Kavita is basically a defensive move. It's like him trying to protect the party from any kind of scandal. But whereas in Tamil Nadu, we are seeing Ramadhav's move is basically to be protective of his own authority and to control the party and which direction it goes in. Now, talking about K. Kavita herself, what we witnessed today is that she has now resigned from the party and as an MLC. So now this means that she will not have any official affiliation with the party, which she helped build for a period of almost 20 years. She came down from the US, I remember, in 2006, and she, alongside KCR and KTR, actually propped up the separate Telangana movement. And it's been a long journey for her. And over the last few years, there have been rifts that have emerged. Mainly because of her involvement or alleged involvement in the Delhi liquor policy case. And since then, trouble started for her. And she has basically pointed out two prominent people here. Basically, a former minister, Harish Rao, and also a former MP, and Santosh Rao as well. Now, this is basically a form of washing dirty linen in public, like you rightly pointed out, because she had the choicest of words as she addressed the press conference today, claiming that Harish Rao is basically misleading her own father, KCR, and she was also very disappointed that her own brother, KTR, is actually not coming to her defense and has remained a quiet spectator in all this drama that is unfolding. So it's very clear that despite having dynastic politics ruling in these parties for such a long time, it can also lead to a downfall of your own family members as well, yeah, Samia.
Absolutely, Gautam. But if you could sum it up for us, whether what we are witnessing in PMK in Tamil Nadu or what we are looking at right now at BRS, going forward, if there is no internal party democracy in this manner, where we see these feud playing out, how will they try and get their allies on board? Because this is something that the BJP is very clear about. They have often called out the Congress party for being family-led and being a party that follows dynasty. But when it comes to PMK and BRS at the regional level, at the state level, how will they try and win the trust of the people if they see that they're not standing by their own?
Absolutely, Samia, because we have to keep in mind that both BRS and the PMK are actually facing very different challenges. Now, if you have to speak about the BRS right now, keep in mind that just last year, the party was absolutely decimated in the elections that took place in 2023, not 2024. And after that, it's been an existential battle for them. The Congress has taken over, and the numbers reflected that as well. And the BJP is actually making all the noise as an opposition in Telangana as well. So it really is fighting an existential battle. And amidst all of this sort of battle between the family clans is not going to bode well, because the party leaders, the cadres are watching this very closely. And we know how quickly things can really fall apart. The hard work that they've done for the last 20 years by KCR could all just fall apart. And I remember actually Kavita also speaking that there were propositions that BJP is planning to take over the BRS as well. And this she had written to KCR as this is what she fears could happen in this letter that she had written earlier as well. And with regard to PMK, it's a more of it's about having political relevance in Tamil Nadu right now, because having the elections due in next year, PMK is still not, it has still not decided any allies. And even though they did support the NDA in the assembly elections, in the Lok Sabha elections, I'm sorry, but with the Tamil Nadu assembly elections, they really need to sort their feet out. They usually command a vote share of about 8 to 10%, and that is actually vital in terms of government formation as well. And this sort of a fight that is erupting between Anpurni and S Ramadas is definitely not going to bode well. And both of them are going to take this politically and legally. The fight will be taken forward as well. And this only could result in more trouble for the party. And it will be interesting what the voters think of it in the election year as well, here, Samia.
Absolutely, Gautam. Thank you for getting us all those details. It appears that the old guard is not willing to let go of the position and power, but this is a battle for political survival. We will wait to see what happens when the elections take place. But thank you. Now, shifting our focus to some other stories that we are tracking is where the ongoing Maratha Quota row in Maharashtra took a sharp political turn today as a senior NCP leader and the cabinet minister, Chhagan Bhujbal, walked out of a crucial cabinet meeting in protest. Bhujbal reportedly confronted Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar at the Sahedari guest house, expressing strong displeasure over not being consulted during the decision-making process regarding the Maratha reservation. A prominent voice for OBC representation, Bhujbal insisted that both he and other leaders from the OBC community should have been taken into confidence before any decision was made. Now, this development comes a day after activist Manoj Jarange Patil ended his 5-day fast following the government's acceptance of key demands, including issuing Kunbi caste certificates to eligible Marathas, which would allow them to avail OBC benefits. Bhujbal's protest today echoes his significant move in November 2023 when he resigned from the Maharashtra cabinet over the Maratha OBC reservation conflict. And now moving on is where actor turned politician and the newly elected Rajya Sabha MP Kamal Haasan has strongly condemned the abuse targeted at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's late mother. He said that such personal attacks have no place in politics and is not even necessary to win elections. Haasan emphasized that no one has the right to insult anyone's family and urged all political discourse to remain civil and respectful. The M&M leader also weighed in on the ongoing allegations of voter list tampering, backing Congress MP Rahul Gandhi's recent claims of vote theft. Haasan revealed that even his own name had been missing from the electoral rolls for a significant time and had to be corrected before he could vote. His remarks come amid heated debates around electoral transparency and political decency in the country. And now shifting our focus to some other stories that we're tracking is where Chief Minister Stalin hits out at Prime Minister Modi over US tariffs on India. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin has criticized Prime Minister Modi over the US tariffs on India, and in a fresh attack, Stalin accused Prime Minister of prioritizing cheap Russian crude oil imports for refineries in Gujarat while neglecting exporters of Tiruppur in Tamil Nadu who generate thousands of jobs. He alleges that US tariffs are hurting exporters of Tiruppur, a city which is known as the Dollar City. It is a major hub which provides employment in Tamil Nadu, and Stalin urged the Prime Minister to take immediate action by announcing relief measures. He asked Prime Minister to find a solution and live up to his global leadership role as a Vishwaguru. The Secular Progressive Alliance, led by the DMK, staged a demonstration in Tiruppur yesterday to protest against the union government's neglect of industrial hubs severely affected by the 50% tariff hike. Stalin urges the need for swift government intervention to protect jobs and industries. Now, a political controversy is brewing in Karnataka after senior Congress MLA RV Deshpande made a sexist remark to a woman journalist yesterday and repeated it again when questioned today. The journalist had asked about the urgent need for a hospital in Joida Taluk of Uttara Kannada, especially for pregnant women. Deshpande replied, and I quote, "Don't worry, we'll get your delivery done in Haliyal," unquote. He also appeared to wink while making that comment. Today, when asked again, he repeated the same words, and I quote, "All right, I will get your delivery done," unquote. The BJP has slammed the remarks, calling them disrespectful and evidence of what they call the Congress's cheap mentality. Locals in Joida have long demanded a proper multi-speciality hospital, and the No Hospital, No Vote campaign has been gaining traction online.
ಪ್ರವಾಹ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆರಿಗೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಷ್ಟಪಡುವಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ.
ಹೇಳ ಬಾಪ ನಿನ್ನಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು.
ಏನ್ ಸರ್?
ನಿನ್ನಿಂದ ಹೆರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು, ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರವಾಹ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆರಿಗೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಷ್ಟಪಡುವಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ.
ಹೇಳ ಬಾಪ ನಿನ್ನಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು.
ಏನ್ ಸರ್?
ನಿನ್ನಿಂದ ಹೆರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು, ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್. ಬಟ್
Now, in a shocking case from Kerala, a CCTV footage shows a youth Congress leader being brutally assaulted inside a police station. Take a look at these visuals on your screens right now, where the incident happened 2 years ago. The visuals show Sujit being beaten by at least 5 police officers at the Kunnamkulam police station on 5th April 2023. Reports say the incident began when Sujit intervened as police allegedly threatened his friends on the roadside. He was taken to the station by a team led by a sub-inspector, reportedly having his shirt removed along the way. Inside, additional officers joined in, assaulting him, hitting him on the back and face. Congress leaders have expressed shock and demanded Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who also handles the home portfolio, to take strict action against the officers involved. Police had earlier filed a case against Sujit, claiming he was drunk and obstructed officers. But medical tests confirmed that he was sober and a court granted him bail. A follow-up report revealed he suffered hearing damage in 1 year due to the assault. Congress leaders are calling the CCTV footage clear evidence of police excesses and have demanded stringent action. Now, shifting our focus to some other stories that we have been keeping a close track of over here at Newsline is where Virat Kohli has broken his silence on the 4th June tragic incident, a day that was meant to be historic for Royal Challengers Bengaluru but turned into a heartbreak following a stampede outside the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. This was during the celebrations of the RCB's maiden IPL title, and in a deeply emotional social media post, Kohli reflected on the tragic event, saying, and I quote, "Nothing in life really prepares you for a heartbreak like 4th June. What should have been the happiest moment in our franchise's history turned into something tragic." Unquote. He also added, "Your loss is part of our story now. Together, we will move forward with care, respect, and responsibility." Unquote. In a related development, RCB had earlier launched the RCB Cares initiative to support those affected by the incident, and the franchise pledged 25 lakhs to each of the 11 families who lost loved ones and established a support fund to aid fans who were injured. Now, the 56th GST Council meeting is underway as we speak, and the Council has been tasked with deciding tax rates, exemptions and compliances regulation under the GST framework. A key highlight expected from this meeting is the major revision of GST slabs. Reports suggest that the 12% and the 28% tax slabs could be eliminated entirely. Many goods and services currently taxed at 12% may be moved to the 5% slab, while those in the 28% bracket could be shifted to 18%. A 40% slab is likely to be introduced for sin goods such as tobacco and car costing 50 lakhs and above. Now, this change is likely to make essential products like toothpaste, shampoo, talcum powder and electronics such as TV and air conditioners more affordable. Vehicles like cars and bikes could also see reduced GST rates. However, some items, especially tobacco and other luxury sin goods, are expected to retain the high tax rate of 40%. The meeting will be chaired by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and attended by finance ministers from all states and union territories, along with senior central government officials. The council meet will conclude tomorrow. German Foreign Minister Johann Wadephul has reaffirmed his country's commitment to finalizing the free trade agreement between India and the European Union as soon as possible. Now, during a delegation-level meeting with External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar, Wadephul stated that Germany is fully supportive of the agreement and will utilize its influence with the European Commission to push it forward.
There's been an uptick in our defense and security cooperation. Germany participated in the Tarang Shakti air exercises last year and its ships made port calls to Goa. Today we agreed that such participation should be continued, indeed even expanded. In the past, we have had significant export control difficulties in the defense and security domain. I would like to express my appreciation today for the smoothening of these processes and more expeditious clearances.
It is of immense importance, as has become obvious today during our talks, that India plays a very important part. And though we both have our own political positions and political priorities, but when it comes to democratic principles and regulatory steps, both our countries and both our markets tend to be very diligent and adhering to certain details. Sometimes we could make it easier for the other side to engage in the respective market. And we've underlined that in our discussions today, and I think we both have our homework to do in that regard.
We greatly value the understanding that Germany has shown with regard to India's fight against terrorism. Minister Wadiful has himself been explicit about our right to defend our people against terrorist attacks. Our parliamentary delegation that visited Germany in June after Operation Sindoor was also warmly received.
Earlier in the day, Wadipul arrived in New Delhi following his engagement in Bengaluru as part of his two-day official visit to the country. The German foreign minister met with Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal, which the German ambassador to India, Philip Ackermann, described as a productive discussion on a strengthening trade, investment and innovation ties. Earlier, Piyush Goyal said that free trade agreement negotiations between India and the European Union are in an advanced stage as the two sides are making significant progress. The FTA negotiations between the two sides are expected to conclude in 2025. And India last month stated that the two sides engaged in a forward-looking and substantive dialogue to address global trade challenges and reaffirmed their shared resolve to conclude the India-European Union Free Trade Agreement by the end of 2025.